Hey everyone, Broken Barrels here. I just wanted to make a quick little video now that I am pretty much done with this Daisy powerline. This is an old model 970. As you can see, this is one of the more rare ones. It's a magazine fed, pellet only, multi-pump. And it is based on the 880 platform, the pretty generic full-size Daisy platform, but there are a few changes that were made inside of it. Long story short, parts are no longer available for this gun, and this came to me, it was not holding air, wasn't making pressure, the seals were completely destroyed, no replacement seals have been made in 40 years, so what to do? Well, here's what I did. I went on to eBay and I basically ordered an entire Daisy Powerline Model 880. If we come over to the trusty pinball machine, here's a lot of the small parts. Here is the action out of the 970 over there. And as you can see, it's very similar to an 880. There are a few differences. One, the 880 doesn't have this finger. If you want, you can solder, you can cut this finger off and then solder it onto the other one. I looked at it, I don't think it's going to be necessary. I'll make an update in the future if my customer says that spring ever falls off. You also have to file this platform down a bit to clear the magazine. That's the only real gunsmithing modification you need to make. Other than that, you just take all the new seals and the sealing system and the little pump on the end of the pump arm, and you just drop it right into the guts of the 970, and it's all, even though all the parts are slightly different, they're all interchangeable. You can swap them all out really quickly. So this is a 970 running basically an 880 seal system. You do still need to use the 970 bolt and cocking handle, and it's a little bit stiff. I'm not sure if these guns are always stiff, but yeah, it was a pretty easy job. The barrels were the same length. I got all of the internals, basically everything but the furniture and the outer action shells, for I think like $25 on eBay. So it's really hard to beat that. It even had the rollers for the cocking arm linkage. So that's what I did. It's really, once you figure it out, once you know how to manipulate and work with these guns, it really is a quick job. It just is going to cost more. I made $80 on it. So what, $55 in profit for, if you know what you're doing, and that's the key, it's maybe a half hour of work. I was really frustrated with this gun for a long time because it's just slightly different in every single way. And unless you change all the parts out to an 880, none of them, no single 880 part will work. Like, you can't just take an 880 seal and drop it on that, or an 880 compression tube and drop it in here, or 880 whatever. It needs to be, as much as possible, needs to be an 880. Basically, the entire internals need to be 880 except for the bolt, and then you need to make some modification to the action. But once you do that, it's a real snap, and these guns are pretty rare, so they're worth keeping around. In my opinion, this is the nicest Daisy ever made. It's a blued steel and wood gun. That's very rare from Daisy. These are very collectible, probably the most expensive Daisies. So if one comes your way, or you see one at a gun show and it's not working, this is how to get it working again. I really hope this helps someone. Have a good day, everyone.